Our Tennessee state standard for today is to perform operations with numbers expressed in scientific notation, including problems where both decimal and scientific notation are used. Use scientific notation and choose units of appropriate size for measurements of very large or very small quantities. For example, use millimeters per year for seafloor spreading. Interpret scientific notation that has been generated by technology, and that's where our focus is today. We're going to look at everything we've done with scientific notation up to this point. Where we've done it manually before, we're going to look at using a calculator to do that. Your lesson objective, I am learning to convert numbers between standard form and scientific notation using technology, and to add, subtract, multiply, and divide numbers written in scientific notation using technology. All right, so on your notes you have this picture, and we're using the TI-30X2S calculator. So if we want to convert from standard to scientific notation, step one, we need to click on the blue button. It's the second button, and the button next to it which says DRG, and it will bring up FLO, SCI, and ENG. You want to use the arrows, these arrows, to arrow over under SCI and hit enter. Then SCI should show at the bottom of your screen so that you know your calculator is in scientific notation mode. You enter your number in standard form, and step three, once you've entered it and you hit enter, it will convert it to scientific notation. All right, so on your calculators now at home, I want you to hit second and the button next to it, DRG, arrow over to SCI, and hit enter. It should say SCI at the bottom. And now all you have to do is hit 500,000, and it should give you, when you hit enter, it should give you 5 times 10 to the 5th. Now I'm doing these without a calculator, so y'all are going to have to catch my mistakes. Still in scientific mode, if you enter in 40 million, it should give you 4 times 10 to the 7th. Ooh, this one's a tough one. It's a bunch of zeros to enter in, so you've got 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 14 zeros. It should give you 1 times 10 to the 14th. So I want you to go ahead and use your calculators at home to finish these up, and we will finish those tomorrow in class. All right, if you want to convert from scientific notation back to standard form, you go back, step one, hit second, and then DRG, which is right next to it, and you're going to arrow over to FLO, that's floating decimal, and you're going to hit enter. The only thing that should show up at the bottom is DEG. Step two, you're going to enter the decimal number, and we're not going to look at this, but let's say you had 5.1 times 10 to the 6th. Then once you have it in standard mode, you would hit 5.1. Then you're going to hit the second button, and this button above the 7, which is second EE, stands for your exponent. You don't have to put the times sign. You don't have to put the 10. You're just doing 5.1, second E, and then you put your exponent 6 and hit enter, and it should give you that number. So you're doing 5.1, second E, 6. All right, so let's try some. You're going to do second DRG, arrow over to FLO and hit enter, so only DEG is showing at the bottom. You're going to type in 9. So I'm just going to write this, 9, second EE, which is the button above the 7, and then you're going to put 9 and hit enter, and that should give you All right, next, you're going to type in 6, second E, 4, hit enter, and it should give you So I want you to go ahead and use your calculators and practice with those. And let's try a negative one. So on this one, you would put second or 2, and then second E, and then you're going to put -8 and hit enter, and it should give you that answer. So go ahead and play with your calculator tonight, and then we'll go over these answers tomorrow when we can actually work on them together. All right, if you're going to compute with scientific notation, step 1, you're going to do second, and then you're going to hit the button next to it, DRG, and you're going to arrow over to SCI and hit enter so that SCI is showing at the bottom of your calculator. Then you're going to type in the decimal number, just like we did on that last practice session, and then second EE and the exponent. Then step 3, you type in your operation, whether it's adding, subtracting, multiplying, or dividing, and then you type in your decimal number for the second term, second EE, and the exponent, and hit enter. So let's try some of these. Okay, so this one, you would do 4, second EE, 8. This is division, so divided by 2, second EE, 3. And hit enter. That should give you 2 times 10 to the 5th. All right, these are all multiplication. So you can go ahead and try those, practice with those. This is division. This is, of course, subtraction, and this is addition. So follow those steps and go ahead and work those out, and we will go over them tomorrow when we can actually put our hands on the calculators together. And for now, that is the end of the lesson. Have a great day.